on, you guys? It's your boy Jeameave back in with ViewsFromTheHeart, and today I did a 2019 Chevrolet Traverse courtesy of Martin Chevrolet here in Torrance, California. Once again, thank you so much to Lewis and my guy Samuel for this wonderful opportunity, because some of my people will be wondering, what am I doing? I don't always do sports cars, people. I also do try and keep it everything. I'm not opposed to any brand, any vehicle, anything like that. So let's go ahead and see what this family-friendly, family servicing, family bar is all about. Let's go ahead and check it. So what's this like driving a 2019 Traverse with the Premier trim? This is the second to highest trim. It is just under the High Country trim, and this is what would be your actually a really good family vehicle. Like, you got two captain chairs in the back, and in the foremost background you got a bench. And what I say about that is, I like the way the layout is, because again, like you said, it has two cabin chairs, so it's easy for you to maneuver within the cabin, and then you have the bench all the way in the back. But this thing with the bench being all the way in the back is the fact that you sacrifice a little bit of cargo capacity, but you can easily fill up the seats down and then, you know, relinquish the cargo capacity a bit. But when you do that, for extra cargo capacity, you only have 4 seats. So you kind of give and take a little bit, you know, because, like, again, the middle row is 2 captain chairs, so there's no bench. It's just 2 chairs, 2 individual chairs, and the bench in the back is able to seat 3 people. But this is a very large vehicle, but despite the fact that it's so large and a pretty massive vehicle, it only has a curb weight of just under 4,400 pounds. That's pretty astonishing to me, in my opinion, because there's some competitors out there that has some coupes that is 4,300 pounds. So that's just think about that for a moment. This large, big, humongous truck weighs just about as much as some coupes out there, and that's pretty startling, to say the least. This also has a naturally aspirated 3.6 liter V6, pushed to 310 horsepower. And like I said, I'm kind of eager to see how this V6 handles this large vehicle. Let me put the foot down a little bit. That's actually that's pretty surprising. Yeah. I can't even lie. It has some good pickup. It only has. I'm honestly astonished. I've never, like, this vehicle is large. It's big. Yeah. It's comfortable. It's spacious. But yet, I'm not. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it's blisteringly fast. But when you take it into context and realize how large and massive this vehicle is, but yet it can move like that with some get up, like, just come on. Like, what? Look at this. What? How is this large vehicle has so much get up? I'm honestly stunned. I've never really driven a vehicle that is of this proportions and this size, but yet feels this good, but yet only has 310 horsepower. And then again, I guess that can be attributed to literally, when I first looked at the specs of this car and I saw the curb weight of it, I couldn't believe it. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, there are sedans that weigh more than this. There's a lot of things that weigh more than this, but yet this has the proportions and the space and the luxury. Now, I say luxury kind of loosely. It is a nice cabin, but again, it's not like the most refined thing on earth. And that's no Rolls Royce, but it's definitely, but it's definitely better than your average, like your caravans or your you know, your minivans, things like that. This is, I'm not much of a minivan person, but this has just as much space. Much better looks, in my personal opinion. Oh yeah, than a minivan. Yeah, like you don't have a soccer, like, this has ample space for your soccer team. Like I said, literally, you got 2 here, 2 in the middle, 3 in the back. That's 7 people. So that's with decent space, even with the 3rd row up, for you know, like a few groceries here and there. And like I said, if you need more cargo space, you are more than capable of putting the 3rd row down. And it's so easily accessible to go to the back, because like I said, the 2 individual chairs makes maneuvering throughout this cabin rather enjoyable. I've experienced a few trucks, or SUVs, mind you, that has the bench in the middle and then the bench in the back. And although it's carrying capacity for humans is nice, getting back there is troublesome, to say the least, because you gotta flip this button, flip that chair down or that bench down, and it's just a hassle. And here you touch one button, bring up the chair. It's pretty easy. I mean, just a little workout, you know. But it's pretty easy. Your soccer mom can do it. It's not heavy. It's not hard.
Your soccer mom can do it.
It's really simple. It's just to the point. There's no wizardry. There's no gadgetry in here. It's just it works and it's simple, and that's about it. And that's honestly how cars should be. I'm not too much of a fan of an overload of electronics and gimmicks, because that's just one more thing to go out in the future, depending on how long you want to own this vehicle. So, like I said, you got to give and take. But overall, the sound deadening in here is really good. It's pretty well isolated in here. It's actually very comfortable. It doesn't really feel wafty or wavy. It feels very composed and solid on the road. And I'm sitting extremely high. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but I'm kind of overlooking. Let me just make sure that's on. Okay. I'm kind of overlooking pretty much every other vehicle that's on the ground. Like this, I have another SUV next to me, and I was able to basically look down upon the other individual in that vehicle. Like, all right, here's the truck right here. We're looking down on the truck. This is stock ride height, stock everything. There's no lifted here, no large wheels. This is stock Premier wheels. This is nice. Like, this is one of the first trucks where I've really driven that's family oriented, that literally is made to haul people en masse, that I could honestly personally see myself be like, you know, if I were to have a large family, and you know, I tell my wife and like, yo, you know, this is actually something pretty nice. Yeah. Because it has enough get up, it's reasonably light for what this is in context, and what more do you want? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I'm a wide person. Shoot, I got enough room. Look at this. Luxury.
Literally, if pretty much any body type can fit in here. If you can't fit in here with your body type, you have a lot more issues to worry about. You might need to do a little work on some things if you can't fit in here, to be honest, because
this car is spacious.
It is. But despite the fact that it is large proportionally, it's not intimidating to drive. I don't feel like, oh my god, am I gonna fit or anything like that. It's just kind of there. You know, I can see the rear view mirrors are large. The rear view from looking from the mirror is decent enough. Even looking in the mirror right here, I don't really even need to look all the way back, to be honest. But always, you don't have to show that. Wow. All right, excuse me, I was not aware of that, Sam. So what do you do right there? You just press button?
You just push this.
Oh, okay.
Goes back to a regular one.
Oh, okay.
But if you want it like that, you turn it.
All right.
You can turn it any which way.
Ooh, that's clean. I never really seen something implemented like that before. Like, I've seen it to where it's still the mirror, and then you have the picture for the rear view cameras. That's where some vehicles had their rear view cameras before. But I personally never really seen where you can take up the whole glass and use it as a live view camera while driving. Like as if it's the thing to do these days.
The technology, man.
Hey, that's really clean. That's smooth. Let's say if you're, you know, a shorter person, or you know, you just don't really like the view that it gives you from the back, from the rear view mirror, you can turn it into a live view camera. That's amazing. I don't care what anyone says. That's amazing. To me, that is amazing. I've never seen that before, so I'm hyped about that, because that's really cool. That's really cool. And then it just goes right back to a regular rear view mirror.
Yeah, if you don't like
that's innovation right there, in my personal opinion. I don't care what anyone says. Like, to be able to do that, and for it to change features like that, clean.
And only Chevy could do that. For real, only Chevy could do that.
Well,
the camera, this one right, the
yeah
camera. They did a contract or something like that.
Oh, excuse me then. All right, here we go with the patents. And I don't blame them, because that is actually a really neat technology right there. But overall, the steering in this vehicle is, well, you know, commuter. Not the most inspiring, but obviously you're not going to be carving up canyons or doing lap times in this car, so I understand what it is. But it's not the most vague or worst steering either. It's just kind of run-of-the-mill, you know. It's because to be honest, I felt worse steering in this, which is appalling to considering that I've actually felt worse steering in this. But you know, it's serviceable. You know, it's not asking for too much, and you shouldn't be asking for too much in here anyway. Is there even a swerve mode in here? I would imagine there's probably not. We have like off-roading and like trailer down here. Yeah. But that's about it. There is no sport button in here as far as I can tell.
There goes the sport button. Traction on.
Oh yeah, hell no. But other than that, like you said, obviously as you can see, this is definitely projected with the target audience in mind of you know, family bearing, carrying large people in mass in reasonable comfort with reasonable luxury amenities. I can't say enough about this vehicle if you're looking for it for what it is. Now, personally, I would always recommend shooting for a vehicle that has leather interior or something other than cloth. And the reason I say this is because the number one thing you always experience in a vehicle, no matter what you do, is the interior. You sit, feel, touch, and experience the interior every single time, no matter what you do. Every time you get in the vehicle, you're looking at the interior, you're feeling the interior. So if you have a trash interior, I feel like that really studies the experience that you have in the vehicle. And it would behoove you, in my personal opinion, to really make that extra effort and get that extra package that offers an interior like this. Because, well, I'll tell you one thing. I looked at the interior of a lower spec Traverse, and let's just say that wouldn't cut it for me personally. Yeah, I would not recommend that. I can't do it. I couldn't. And the reason I said this is because if you have a lot of kids, if they play a lot of sports, they get dirty a lot, they play soccer, football, whatever. You got pets, they're rolling up in here, and you have cloth seats. What do you think is gonna happen? Cloth is permeable, trap smells, harder to clean. It's gonna smell like it's gonna smell like something in here. It's gonna smell like something in here. And overall, it's just a lot harder to maintain, in my personal opinion. I've had the fortunate blessing to have leather interior, and my son, my husky, he goes regularly within my vehicle a lot. Obviously, I have a dog cover over my seats, but overall, apart from the carpet and just regular cleaning, you can easily clean any spills or messes off leather cleaner, wipe it down, good to go. If you spill something that will smell on a cloth seat, you're gonna have to do a lot more than just simply wiping like you would in a leather equipped vehicle. So that would just be my personal takeaway for this vehicle is if you're looking at this, try and save up a little bit more, try and spend the extra money to get a better interior. But I say that for every vehicle, to be honest. And that's why for me, I feel like sometimes I don't really like when you have a nice vehicle like this come with the base specs. I feel like that kind of ruins the lust for it, to me, in my personal opinion. I feel like it should come like this, you know. But that's just, you know, different strokes for different folks. Some people just like, hey, I don't care, I want something that hauls people at a cheaper price. Then that might be for you. But, you know, if you're more like me, where I feel like this will go a lot longer in terms of your enjoyment of the vehicle and what it can offer, this is definitely the way to go. Just option it up a little bit, take care of it, it'll take care of you. And like I said, I'm not a truck person or an SUV person at all. You can look through my videos and you can count on one hand the number of trucks and SUVs that I've done. But I'm not opposed to any vehicle or any brand, and this is why I do things like this, to broaden my horizons. And the same thing should do with people. Same thing, it applies to everything else in life. Just, you know, experience things so you can solidify your knowledge of the world and understand where people's different train of thoughts are. Which is why, like I said, I'm not a truck guy, but in the very near future, I'm going to be doing a truck review too. See how it is and why people like that and enjoy it, because obviously it sells and not everyone is into sports cars. But hey, you live and learn. So with that being said, I think I covered everything about this vehicle. Is there anything you'd like to add, Sam?
Come down to Mars Chevrolet dealership. My number is 310-748-6924. You can call me, text me, ask me any questions. Don't hesitate. Hey, I'm single too.
He's there all day, people. So once again, thank you so much to Lewis, thank you so much to Samuel for this opportunity and for riding shotgun with me. And coming on aboard Chevrolet here in Torrance, California. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.